Before we play Overwatch, we're going to review a game from Brian since he submitted it for 50,000 stream points. We're going to watch some gameplay, do a bit of educational commentary. Then we'll play some ranked for 4 or 5 hours. And then, yeah, again, we're going to play The Last of Us 2 because last week was our first time playing The Last of Us #1. We beat it. Now we're caught up. Now we're going to hop on the train and play the new Last of Us 2 game that everyone's been talking about. People have had mixed opinions. I'm going to play it and see what I think. Good stuff. That's the variety portion. But obviously people are here because of Overwatch only. So what's up, Overwatch people? Let me get started with that first. So yeah. You need to highlight the haircutting stream? I don't even think it's in my recent VODs anymore, but I could highlight it, yeah. I should probably highlight it and upload the old one. Okay, Brian, where's the code? I'm trying to see. Happy birthday, by the way, Brian. You have to leave. All right, I see it. Let's go.
Let's get these dubs.
Are QPoints money? No. No money involved in it. It's just loyalty points. You guys earn stream points by just watching the stream. And one of the rewards is a gameplay review. So 50,000 stream points is like... Probably have to watch the streams consistently for like almost a month to get 50,000 points maybe. I don't know how long it takes, but probably about a month. Whisper, thank you for the 2 months. Let's get these dubs. Dubs only today. 4,500 today. Let's go. Brian. I don't see... What was your name in this game? Bob Willows. All right.
5, 4.
What kind of game is best for you to look at? A loss. A loss is almost always better to watch because it gives you the a better perspective of like what you could have done better. Because like when you roll on a win, like you stomp them, it's just hard to nitpick because anything could have worked. I probably could pick out like, hey, this is a better option, but like it's easier to, you can see glaring mistakes. And like I think losses are good to watch because I can give you advice on how to approach a loss to transform it into a win. Like what could you have done to make it a win? And then if you can change games that look lost and make them become wins, right, you're gonna climb. That's why I prefer those. But anyways, okay, some Pharah gameplay. Nice leading shots. Okay, you're getting pocketed, so you're gonna take advantage of the fact that you're pocketed. More is gonna like suck you to death from this rage, but like that's good. You're taking space. So one of the more important things, yeah, that's good. You're playing on the outside, which I think is okay. But one of the strengths of Pharah is obviously your flight, right? When I watch like Overwatch League Pharahs play on this map, angle #1 is where you just were, like this. You play here if your team is pushing in, but if your team can't push in, your other option is to off angle. You just fly out here, and then you just pluck shots from a different angle. Because you guys got an opening pick because you killed the Echo. And you're already here. You could have just like flown here. When you run out of jet fuel, just fly a little bit. Take an off angle. Exactly. They're sim turrets. That's what I mean. So they have a Symmetra. And if these sim turrets sit here, your tanks are going to be so hesitant to push in because of this. So this is where it's even more important to take a Pharah off angle. Destroy those sim turrets. Give your team some breathing room to get in. And you pluck them from the side. So they got to look forward and they got to deal with you. It's chaos. I think the biggest thing in Overwatch that almost everybody says is, guys, group up as 6, group up as 6. That works in certain comps, but there are definitely so many times where I think it's way better to not necessarily group as 6, but like 5 or 4 of them can group up as 6, and the people that are good on an off angle take an off angle. The only issue with that, like being a flanker or taking an off angle, is the timing. If you time it incorrectly, it's very easy to just get caught out by yourself. And then the rest of your team goes like, why didn't you group up with us? We're supposed to group up as 6. Stop getting caught out.
Wish me luck. I'm solo king in open K to get my placements.
Good luck, Azella. You better win those. Like when they say group up as 6, exactly what I just put it. Like the 6 of you should attack at the same time, but you don't have to do it from the same place. Exactly. Like if you're gonna off angle, you have to time it correctly. Because yeah, if you do it too early, they can turn on you before your team is ready to respond, or they can't respond to you attacking early, or you can't respond to them because you're trying to get on an angle and you're not showing up yet. It's too late. So it's a bit finicky, but I think in that case you should have been on an off angle, but that's okay. I think he loses. JCK Bot, thank you for the 17 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Okay, this Echo is not pocketed, so you should have this advantage. You have to take her out of the sky. I know you have a McCree, but you can help with that in that capacity. Okay, nice kill. Yeah, I don't think you need to concussive out there too. Like your team is having trouble moving in. You're waiting for them to group up. Because if you're playing on this angle with them, you're just stuck just as much as they are. Because they can't push it until everyone's ready. So it's just a lot of like wasted time right now. Yeah, this is where I would 100% be on off. Alright. Pushed in with Coalescence. Your team finally went in. God, why does it keep kicking me out here? Ripped? Hell yeah, I'm ripped, Bender. I know I'm not ripped. I'm really not. There you go. No one's dealing with you. Get behind him. Go for a barrage. I'm not gonna lie. That probably wouldn't work the higher you climb. Barrage is like instant death in elos past like Grandmaster, unless you catch them off guard. But they already knew where you were. Like this. You're right in their face. Like, I know you got a kill here and you weren't punished, but I would honestly probably not do this. Get into the habit of not doing a barrage like this when they see you like this. Like, there's 6 alive. They didn't use all their cooldowns yet. And you just flew right in front of their face. Over, like, you weren't even like way above them and over their head where they couldn't see you. You were firing and they totally knew where you were. You got away with it here, but if you can try not to do this as early, you can like as well, not necessarily not try. If it works here unpunished, you go for it, but just have the presence of mind that this will not work the higher you climb. Okay, so take advantage of it because it's not punished here, but just be wary that this will not fly the higher you climb. Okay, that's the biggest takeaway.
My ultimate is charging.
Okay. But it's good though. You're playing Pharah. As long as they're still on Symmetra, the Pharah is a good choice here. Nice. And now you're kind of just like maneuvering around. I feel like everything else considered, you're just firing away. You flew in to try to deal with them. You're doing fine elsewhere here, to be honest with you. I feel like only other thing is I feel like you're kind of slow on shooting. You're taking your time on each shot instead of just like firing at the max fire rate. Once you get more comfortable in the mechanics, you'll learn to like just fire off, you know, at the cadence of the cadence of the fire rate as it allows you, just to maximize your APM and DPS. Really be careful here because the McCree is really close, gonna flash you. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Your concussive is almost always saved for yourself as an escape, unless you got the boop or that thing is gonna save you to mess up their angle. I feel like sometimes you kind of use it when you don't have to. Concussive is like your only other aerial movement in the sky, other than your thing. This semester should get punished here. Like there, that was a good try. Like you're trying to boop him back into range. Sleepy, thanks for 23 months. I appreciate it. Like that. You don't need to do that. You're reloading. Don't waste your concussive like that. This is good. This is a much better barrage compared to the other one. You waited for a combo. You didn't reveal your position by shooting ahead of time. One of the things that I think is really important, because with the way the game has evolved, you guys all know when the people press high noon or press barrage, it's like they meme it as the instant death button because you're stationary. One of the best ways to get away with barrage these days is to not fire ahead. You snuck here, you did not fire a single shot to give away your position, and then you barrage. That's a much better way to approach barrage the higher you climb. Because when I'm an Ana player and I know a barrage is coming, like, and I don't know where she is, I have to look around for her. But if I hear a single Pharah shot, that immediately tells me where she is roughly, which will give me more time to respond to Sleeper if she goes for a barrage. But the fact that you flew quietly around without giving away a position first and then barraged was really good. Now that's a big tip for Pharah players here. If you're looking for a barrage, don't shoot, and you're going for like a different angle, don't shoot to give away your position. Just keep flying quietly there. Because that's what I see. Like, I'm not saying you did it. You did it perfectly here. I'm just saying for the other people who are playing Pharah and are unsure of how to barrage. One of the, like I said, one of the worst ways is to just give away your position before you go for it. So the biggest tip is to, yeah, sneak around and then drop, shoot, and then barrage. You shoot at the last, you shoot, cancel, barrage if you really want to fire a rocket at the end. But yeah, don't do it in between as you're floating.
Double, triple. All targets neutralized.
Heroes never die.
Clean up here.
I will not waste this opportunity.
I'm on fire.
Okay, so there's nobody here, there's nobody alive. There's a bit of downtime. Everybody's dead. You're at 80, you're at 35% to, you can probably build another barrage before the next fight starts. One of the strengths on this map that I've seen happen with Pharahs is in between fights, just fly here. Fly right here, you have a mercy pocket. Fly right here and fire shots and go for a random concussive right here because you know they're coming out. One of the best ways to climb in solo queue is to take advantage of spawn camping, taking advantage of the fact that they might not check for you at certain times, especially because it's last fight territory. I faced a Pharah where I literally died, respawned, came back here, and I just instantly got booped off the map because she just flew here and just concussed me, or I got 2-tapped. Float here, make use of all downtime available, make use of the fact that you're flying. This positioning does nothing at this point because you just won the fight. Like, what does this do? This isn't even taking space. You're not controlling this choke. You're not pressuring from here. Like, climbing in solo queue is all about making the enemy feel really uncomfortable. Have you guys ever been stomped in a game where you just feel like you can't do anything? There's just people here, this team needs healing, this person needs healing. It just feels like everything's all over the place. You got to make use of that chaos. Take advantage of that chaos in your own hands. So right here, you should have just been here immediately, firing away. You could have gotten like another 15-20% ult charge. And even if like they don't die, it's pressure. I guarantee you, in the support's head, they're like, holy shit, there's this Pharah just pressuring us even in spawn. Oh my god, I'm panicking. You get in their heads just by doing that. Trust me.
Dead eyes ready. My ultimate's ready.
I think you heard the echo.
Enemy
So
seen.
yeah, you looked a little lost there. I think you were looking for the echo, but yeah, not enough pressure. You guys kind of let them out that door for free. Oh my god, you guys lost this fight. That's very unfortunate. I think these guys just slipped underneath you. Like, even, I know it's a team effort, but like, these guys just like walked out for free here. Uncontested. They just took free space. There's 2 people on your team, you and the Mercy, who did nothing to stop this push right there. That's huge. Because Pharah is an aerial hero, the angles and the spacing you take is very important to make sure she dominates. So that's why when you play Pharah, sometimes you feel like you feed, sometimes you feel like you dominate, and if they're untouched. I know you're looking for echo, but I got lost too. I couldn't tell if she was above or below you based on the thing, but like, even if you don't see her, you should have been shooting up here and or shooting the choke for fat AoE damage, I would say. Okay. All right, biggest takeaway from this Pharah gameplay. Number 1, you have to take off angles, especially if you're being pocketed. Number 2, I feel like you're not using your concussive effectively. Or if you try to like boop them back into place to make sure they don't escape, you're doing it a little too late, or you're just using it aggressively with no real kind of like value. You're not getting any value out of your concussives, and you don't have it to escape because you use it in unoptimal situations. That's number 2. Number 3, make use of downtime a bit more in between fights. Poke, harass, take these weird off angles like I was saying earlier, shoot them here, pressure them at the door. Even if you're not hitting anybody, that splash damage in front means like, hey, enemies, don't walk here. When I'm a Pharah and I don't know where or when I'm an Ana player and I don't know where the Pharah is and I'm trying to walk out of choke or anything, and then just a random rocket hits like 30 damage onto somebody, that's somebody else I have to heal, and it just like annoys and pressures me significantly. Or like, if I'm walking here and I see just a bunch of rockets land here, I'm like, oh shit, I can't cross yet, I have to wait. It changes spacing and movement and positioning on enemies just by simply shooting at an area. So use that a bit more. And those are the 3 biggest things I took away from that. The things I saw that were good were the flanking barrages. That was a good tip, or not a good tip, a good piece of play there. There was another time where you kind of did an awkward like barrage in their face and you got away with that. That was not a good barrage. Try to avoid doing that unless you know for sure they're not punishing you. It could work here for a little bit longer, but I would try to cut that out of your system as early as possible. And yeah, I think that's about it. That's what I got from your Pharah gameplay. Hopefully that helps you approach it a little bit differently next game. Just take advantage of those angles and that downtime. That's the biggest thing. And Pharah's one of those heroes where you either dominate or you just do nothing. If they stop you, if they're tracking you down, you have to just switch. And then time it. When you do that off angle, it's all about timing. You shoot it from that off angle, but you don't go hard and commit until your team is ready to do it at the same time. You push in a 6, but you push in a 6 together. But you take it at different angles. Anyways, chat, what rank did you think that gameplay was? And then Brian will tell you his rank after. Plat, because plat, GM, plat, gold. Okay, most people are saying gold, plat. Some people said diamond. And then I'll answer your question after. What was your rank, Brian? Platinum. End of the chat. Good job. Platinum, 2900. The main purpose of concussive, in my opinion, prioritize using it for yourself to maneuver around walls. Because Pharah, after you jump jet, to stay in the air, you kind of just bob like this, right? You're like, that concussive allows you to gain fast momentum and reposition. Like you can concussive yourself into a barrage. You can quickly get into a quick off angle. And you can quickly, change positions. You use it for yourself to save yourself. Like if they had a McCree, he was looking at you and you're kind of just bobbing in the air. You just conk him to get him to mess up his aim, or you conk a wall near you and then you just drop just to save yourself. So you use it for basically defensive purposes first and foremost. The secondary option is if you feel like you can get the kill, like they're trying to escape, you can boop them back and then learn to hit an air shot with it. That's a very offensive oriented combo that it's probably a little tough to learn, but I know Agility does it a lot. That's how he trained as Pharah. When we did the World Cup 2 years ago, when we had Pharah meta, he would literally come in here into the custom game and he would just pretty sure he would just sit here, conk this, and then air shot it. He would just be like, or whatever, and he would just sit there and do that for a little while. That's one way. He would just be like, I mean, I clearly suck at Pharah. I can't do it. But that's a secondary option. I think the first and foremost should be for yourself. Be a bit selfish with it to keep yourself alive.